and thank you for joining us here on Eye on Ocean County. I'm Christina Seco. Have you ever made a batch of cookies at home that look amazing but don't taste so great, or the opposite? Make a delicious cookie that, well, just crumbles. Joining me this half hour to show us how to make delicious sugar cookies right in your own kitchen that are as beautiful as they are delicious is Nicole Barada, owner of Jersey Cookie Girl. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Christina.
I am so excited about this segment to learn how to make sugar cookies because I usually make an epic fail in the kitchen making our dough. Here we have dough that is homemade, that you made for us, but we don't always have to use homemade dough in making sugar cookies.
No, not at all. You can easily buy the pre-made dough, or you can buy the cookie dough in a bag.
All right, let's get started. So this is dough that you've already made and chilled for us. So we're going to flour our surface just so we don't want anything to stick.
Correct.
And rolling out is probably definitely a huge part of this. So show us what we need to do.
We need to cut a manageable piece that you feel comfortable to work with. And you want to, like you had mentioned, you want to flour your surface.
Okay, so make sure we have a lot of flour on there. Maybe
Okay.
too much flour is not a good thing?
No, not all the time, but just enough so it doesn't stick. So you just want to push it down and then see it didn't stick, so that's quite nice. And then once the dough is on there, it gives you a good surface to work with.
Okay, and what about your rolling pin? Is that a good idea to flour your rolling pin as well?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Okay.
it is. So you go.
Because like I have to tell you, every time I make sugar cookies, like I'm the one who makes they look cute. They don't taste so good. And I think it's because of the thickness, because I burn them all the time. So what is the proper thickness in rolling out the cookies?
You can get these nice guides. So what will happen is you put it on either side of your dough. So it only allows the rolling pin to stop. It'll stop at that, and that thickness will be the same thickness as these guides. And you just want to give an even pressure.
So is it better to go from like the middle out, or?
Whatever you're more comfortable with, because the guides will keep you at this is the minimum it'll get rolled out to. So you can start at the middle or the ends.
I'm more comfortable with slice and bake. Definitely more comfortable with slice and bake. So again, yeah, because definitely when I cook them, you know, because I used to think that thinner was better, but no. So exactly how thick is this?
That's 3/8 of an inch.
So how does that look? Is that you got to probably put some more muscle into it?
Right. You'll hear the rolling pin hit the sides.
Well, that's a good tip. So when it hits the sides, you know it's enough. You know, up,
Right.
there you go. You know,
you
know it's good. So when you have about the right thickness. So again, if people at home can see, it's you said 3/8 of an inch. So we have that thickness here. What's next?
Then you're going to get your cookie cutter, and you can dip it in flour so it releases the dough easier for you, and just place it on an ungreased cookie sheet.
Okay, so and that's another thing I wasn't doing at home. I wasn't flouring the cookie cutters. So give it
Just a nice hard twist.
a nice hard twist.
Perfect.
See, and there's no extra pieces. So go ahead. Why don't you cut some? We'll put these on our pan to actually get ready to get into the, see, you're fast to put into the oven. What's a good temperature?
Well, you'd want to follow the directions on the bag as to which dough you're using. For mine, it's at 425.
At 425, but of course to follow. So this is this is much thicker than the ones I was making at home that I was clearly burning. So this is a good size. So follow the directions on the bag.
And then you can also increase your versatility if you'd like to add a stick to the back of that.
Okay. Yeah, see, I didn't flour, and we're sticking. So don't do what I'm doing. Do exactly what Nicole's doing.
Here, I'll get them.
So we get them
into these
ready.
different shapes.
Okay, so you can help me. We can get some more out there. And then would you reuse this dough? Would you roll
Yes.
it back up
Yes.
and make some more? See, yeah, this one, not so good. I'm gonna let you finish those, and I'll bring this over here.
Let's see, mine's stuck too.
So once you get the whole, the pan ready, now you had mentioned placing the sticks in if you want to make lollipop holders. So, so now any type of stick, where would we get these?
You can get those at Michael's or any craft store, AC Moore.
At AC Moore. So we don't want to waste any dough. Let's reuse it.
Right. And again, you can just, excuse me.
Roll it out. So Nicole, how did you get started in doing the cookie business?
Well, my third child was a bit compromised at birth, and I became a stay-at-home mom from being an architect, so I needed a creative outlet. So I'm very fortunate that I found it and I enjoy it very much.
And this is definitely a fun job. So, all right, now so we'll do the whole, we don't have to do all the trays, the whole tray here. So now we have the sticks, and how would you put them in the top, or would you have to sneak them underneath? How would you put them in?
I typically just put it underneath
And just
lightly pat it down.
Okay, so you don't want to really squish it on there. You just want to kind of lay it on top. Okay, so we'll put the rest here, and then we'll do this tray, and then we'll pop these in the oven.
Okay.
And we'll let them cook. And while these are baking, what about icing? What are your thoughts on making that icing that's just so beautiful? And it's, you know, we have to make it the right icing. Is this royal icing that we're making?
No, this is they call it a glazed icing.
Okay.
It's a little more flexible.
I'm gonna pop these in the oven.
All right.
Okay, so it's a glazed icing, you're saying. So
Yes.
what does that mean?
It's just royal icing it has powdered sugar, meringue powder, and water. Whereas this, we're going to use corn syrup as our binding agent with the powdered sugar as well as water.
Okay, so we have 4 cups of sugar already pre-measured in here. So we're going to go ahead and just dump this in. So we have 4 cups here. And then what else do we need?
You need a 1/4 cup of water.
Okay, 1/4 cup of water.
And a 1/3 cup of corn syrup.
A 1/3 cup of corn syrup. And now, is any corn syrup okay, or?
Yes.
1/3 of a cup. Okay. So,
Want me to hold it over there for you?
yeah, let's hold that up so we don't have any spills. Now, how long does this last? I mean, can you make this ahead of time, or is this something that you have to make right away?
No, you can make it ahead of time, and so that when your cookies come out, you can use it. It does not need to be refrigerated.
So does it store well if I wanted to, make a couple colors? And
Yes, it stores very well. I store it in squeeze bottles, and being that that's where the flexibility comes in, because with royal icing, it's a little more temperamental. But this does get, you do have to manipulate it a little bit as well.
Okay, so let's make this. So now it doesn't look like it would make a lot of icing with that amount of corn syrup, but I probably am wrong.
No, it probably gives you about 2 cups.
Okay, and how many cookies does that really cover?
Let's
turn it on.
About a dozen and a half.
A dozen and a half. So this recipe here for a dozen and a half, and then you can alter.
Right, this just gives you the one color, and then you can add food coloring to whichever you would like.
And how long does this take to make?
Not very long. I mean, sometimes it can be a little fickle if your measuring cup is a little off and you've added too much. You can always add a little bit more water, or a little, the corn syrup is what gives it its shine.
Okay. So we're gonna make, this is green food coloring, but again, we can use whatever colors we want to do whatever we're making. And when's a good time to put this in?
When it's completely mixed. I'm gonna just reach over here and get that little bit of extra water.
Okay. And so how many drops, do you have to put in?
It depends on how bright you'd like the color to be. If you want it to be a very light pale green for spring, or then you'd only put a little bit in. If you'd like it to be a very saturated green, then you put more in.
Okay, so let's do a light green here. That looks really pretty. So that takes, until it's the consistency that you want. We can go ahead and shut that off. And then we have some that's already,
yes,
we have some that's already made already for us. And like you said, this will last if we want to, use this later on. So this is the nice consistency here. But when we're gonna let those cookies bake, and we're going to let them cool. But when we come back, we'll show you how to make some beautiful creations with just one cookie cutter. Don't go away.
Congratulations on the promotion.
I hope you're saving the extra money.
You gotta put it in stocks.
If you want to get ahead.
No, bonds.
And CDs.
Stick
it under the mattress.
Getting plenty of advice, but not enough facts? Visit saveandinvest.org. No confusing advice, no sales pitch. Just unbiased information and tools to help you manage your money with confidence. Saveandinvest.org.
Sure, my neighbors Jean and Louise, they may be superheroes with superpowers, but that doesn't make them so super at saving energy and money. I mean, I like them and all, but when Jean uses that power vision to cook dinner, Starbright tries to save a little on the lighting bill?
Mom, a little light.
I may not be able to harness the power of the elements, but I save significant cash and help the environment with appliances, electronics, and windows featuring the Energy Star label. And I improved my home energy efficiency with insulation. My thermostat. Watch this. I'm just kidding. It's programmable. I don't have to lift a finger to save on AC and heating.
Mom, Dad's making fondue again.
So discover your own energy-saving superpowers. Go to ase.org/consumers.
Stronger, healthier babies. Learn more about healthy babies at marchofdimesbaby.org. Stronger, healthier babies. Learn more about healthy babies at marchofdimesbaby.org.
Thanks for sticking with us here on Eye on Ocean County. I'm Christina Seco. From smiley faces to exotic animals, Nicole Barata, owner of Jersey Cookie Girl, is here to show us how to make several different types of cookie creations with just a simple cookie cutter. Here we have a circle. How many different things can we make with this? And before the break, we actually cut out a lot of circles. They're baked, they're cooled. What do we do with them?
Well, there's several things you can do. These are quite fun and playful. So a life preserver.
Okay, so how do we make a life preserver?
Well, you get the blonde cookie.
And how long should we let them cool after they bake?
A couple hours.
A couple hours?
Yes.
Do we have to refrigerate them or anything?
No.
Okay, so this is the glazed icing.
Yes.
This is just a plain white that we've already made. So a life preserver sounds easy enough.
So you want to make a little circle in the center.
Okay.
And then you'll come and do the outside.
Okay, so we want to make 2 circles.
Like that.
Okay, these, and how do you fill it in? Just keep circling?
Right. Here, you can use this one now.
Okay, so we just keep circling, so we're gonna just fill it in. So I would think that you would have to actually use a knife or something.
You can. I mean, that's the flexibility that this lends itself to. It does dry quickly, so you don't,
gotta work
it's not like you
fast.
want to stop and then go get a drink and then come back. So, because it'll get a coating on it.
You're
almost.
a lot faster than me.
I got a little more practice, I think. And sometimes you can just pull it around. So, because once it congeals with its sides.
So this is kind of, I mean, for people at home, this is kind of a thick consistency. So when they're making the icing, that's kind of a good, it's a good thing. Sometimes when it's too thick, I mean, at home I would probably add more water.
Right, it will run off the cookie if you do that. This is.
So you want it to be a little bit thick, and I guess there's not a correct amount. You can just kind of go with it.
Correct.
And who doesn't like a lot of icing, right?
Well, that came out really great. And this does take a good while to dry, especially if you're going to do a different color. So
we want to set these aside, and how long usually? Like, what's rule of thumb to have it dry? Because this is a really hard icing here. Like, this is the one that we've already made and we've let sit for a few hours.
about 8 to 10.
8 to 10 hours. Wow. Okay, so you really have to do them ahead of time. So that's a lifesaver. Now, what else?
You want to get the red, and then you can draw. So you need it to dry that long in order to use another color, and then to make the life preserver.
Also, it's going from a lifesaver to a life preserver.
Or a lifesaver. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. A lifesaver.
Very nice. But hey, it looks like a life preserver too.
And as you can see, the tips get clogged up very easily.
And so what would you do if I'm at home and that happens? Hot water or
Exactly.
pour it under hot water?
And use a toothpick to pop it back open.
These are really cute. So you can do a lot with just a simple cookie cutter. So you don't really have to go out and invest a ton of money into cookie cutters.
Nope.
You can have to use a little bit of creativity to make a whole bunch of different things. So this is just a plain cookie here. We have a blank canvas. What can we make?
You can make a peace symbol.
We can make a peace sign, which is always lots of fun.
So you'd want to go all the way around.
So this is purple, again, just with the purple cookie, with the purple food dye. So just make a peace sign. Easy enough. And then
if
what
you
do we
want
have here? Sugar crystals?
if you want to glam it up a little bit, you just hang that over top of the bowl and then just dump the sugar crystals over top of it.
I always want to glam it up a bit.
So,
Oh, a little too much. Oh,
No.
these look so pretty. And where do you get these little sugar crystals?
again, you can get that at any craft store.
These are so cute. I love this. I would want sugar crystals on everything. I want them on the life preservers. I want them on everything, the lifesavers. So you can get these at any craft store, so it doesn't really matter. Can you bake with these on? Can you put these on and then bake? Probably better to do afterwards.
Right. It's an embellishment, right?
Okay, we want to make it beautiful. So what else can we do with a simple circle? Here we have another blank canvas. And what can we do with another simple circle?
Well, in order to prepare for, you can flood it with any color to give you a backdrop, or you could just do a nice happy face. Again, if you don't want to give too much sugar to the children, you can just do a nice happy face like so. And, oh,
That's okay. So, so basically any colors that we want to make, and like you said, so will this work to make a happy face? I guess I'm the mom that's like, okay, we're gonna add the sugar crystals anyway because they're that cute. But that's just enough to make a really adorable This would be great for baby showers, like a little baby. I like that one. And what about a basketball? Because I know a lot of parties, I have 2 sons, so I'm thinking of, sports parties. So this is just a plain orange iced cookie. So I guess the same thing, keep circling around, and we can make it a basketball.
right.
So now what's in here? Is this a different type of icing because it has a different tip, or is it the same icing?
It's the same icing. It is a bit thicker because you don't want this to run. Like as you can see with the red, it really fulls out. It's very...
It kind of bleeds into,
Yes.
into your cookie, but we want this to almost act like a fine pen.
Right, and so that the tip does allow you that control because it's not, as you can see, it's definitely smaller diameter than those.
And where do we get the piping tips?
Again, any craft store
craft
that you
store.
have. These are the same ones that you would use on your icing bags. So you're not really limited to using these. You can put it in an icing bag. Likewise for any of these. I prefer to put them in squeeze bottles just as a preference, but it's not.
This is a relatively inexpensive kind of favor or anything or a little gift if you want to make for a friend or teacher's gifts or anything. So a circle on the edge for a basketball, and then you've got to get the lines in there. And then I'm thinking, what do the lines on the basketball look like? And after you pipe everything, how long does this have to sit?
Sometimes it's quite a little finicky. When the weather is drier, it doesn't take as long, maybe at least 6 hours. It would need to dry before you would package it.
So simple, but yet so beautiful. So these are things that you can make with a simple cookie circle, but there's other types here. We have a sunburst cookie cutter, which we were doing in the first segment. What other things can we make with the sunburst?
Well, you can do like a hibiscus flower for a nice luau party that you might be having, and that would be like a wet on wet is what that's called. So it's 2 icings that you don't need to dry between them, and again, you're just using the shape that you have.
So this is really just like edible art.
Yes. And your children can do it too, because anything that your children do is gorgeous art. So
Absolutely. They make the best art, in my opinion.
They truly, truly do.
And so now this we would wait to dry before we would add the white. Oh, we can do it right away?
We can do it right away.
Okay, so this is kind of a 2-toned cookie here with the pink icing, and we have white in the center. This looks really fancy. So you would just go over it with the same type of design.
And again, if you'd like that to be thinner, you would use a different tip so that it doesn't have to be as wide, but that again is your preference.
So what technique is this called? Is this wet on wet, or?
Yes.
This is really, really easy, something that you can do at home. And this is, again, with this one cookie cutter that we can do different things with. So what else can we do with the sunburst?
Well, after you let that dry, if you want to take it to the next, to glam it up, like we said, we'll use the dry one. I'm sorry.
Okay, sugar crystals?
Yes.
I like it.
And so we'll put the stamen on there.
So, oh no, she has another color. Okay, great. Oh, these are bigger crystals.
Now this is sugar, and then this this is sanding sugar, and then that's sugar. So there you can get the
so
different
this is,
textures.
It's a nice thick sugar crystal, just beautiful. And what kind of exotic animals can we make?
We can make a tiger or a lion.
A lion, which is always fun.
And again, if you'd like to, you can also use edible markers.
Okay.
So whichever you prefer, if you'd
And
like.
you can get these at a craft store as well?
That's correct.
I'm going to let you draw the lion's face because I'm sure mine would not look like a lion.
Okay.
So again, this is an edible marker.
It's an edible marker. I'll do the eyes with the icing just to give it a little more depth. We'll use red for the nose. That's not helping us.
Red for the nose, and then we're going to draw whiskers and stuff with the pen.
Mm-hmm.
This is so cute. And there's lots of other different things that you can make. Here we have some flowers, we have some, with the same type of technique, adding on, oh, that's so cute. So we have a little lion's face here, definitely adorable, but the list is endless of things that you can do with simple cookie cutters and just the same type of technique. I'm so excited about this, but we have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll show you how to put all these beautiful creations together into a gorgeous gift. Don't go away.
You need a refill, Dad.
Mom, can I take your lip gloss?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Let me open that now.
Every kid should be like you.
To learn more, visit drugfree.org.
Does peace really have a chance within our lifetime? At Rotary, we believe it does. We've created programs at universities around the world dedicated solely to teaching peace to a new generation. There's a new symbol for peace. Rotary.
Fruit. What a tasty treat. Fruits packed with potassium and other nutrients can help keep your heart pumping strong during the game. And they give you energy back so you can take on the next activity. Can your food do that? Run, throw, think, eat better. Find out more at smallstep.gov.
I just wanted to eat like a normal human being, you know? Just something I could hold down without the horrible pain.
Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis are diseases that attack the digestive system.
A feeding tube's not my idea of a good meal.
At the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America, we're excited about the latest research.
Then there was this new drug.
Thousands of people are being treated with new drug therapies.
Doc said it doesn't work for everyone, but I got lucky.
CCFA provides a lifeline of research, education, and support.
Now I'm taking food the old-fashioned way. I'm eating it.
Thanks for sticking with us here in Iron Ocean County. I'm Christina Seco, and I'm joined once again by Nicole Barada, the owner of Jersey Cookie Girl. And during the break, we let the cookies come out of the oven. They're cooled. Our icing has dried. And now we're going to show you how to put this all together for a gorgeous demonstration of ways that you can actually use cookies as a party favor, cookies as a teacher's gift, a graduation gift. The list is endless, however you want to do it. Let's get started.
Okay.
So here we have some different types of things. So we have our cookie pops. So this is what we had out of the oven. These are our already iced things that we made. So we have our smiley face. And what do we do with them now? So let's make a cookie bouquet.
Okay. And we'll use the shore as a good theme.
So this is just a simple tin.
Yes.
Simple tin. And this is what's in here?
Floral foam that you
Okay.
can get at any craft store, and then you arrange them how you want if you want to differentiate their heights. And 3 look nice in this tin. Or
so because we're at the Jersey Shore, we're going to go with the starfish and the fish, and we have a little sunshine. So we just stick them in here, and then How do we wrap them up? Cellophane or?
Well, you'd probably want to add some paper shred just to make it look nice to hide all
We're
that.
really going to make them
Yes.
fancy.
Absolutely.
And these are all things that we can get at the craft store.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Now, do you have to be artistic to do this? Because, Nicole, these are really beautiful cookies,